Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna do a little book review. So since my last video, I did finish two of the three books that I mentioned in that video. So this will be my little review on both of those. So let's get into it. So the first one I want to mention is Legends and Lattes. So this one I put on hold on my Libby app, which I read this on my Libby app on my Kindle. So I put this on hold like months and months and months ago. I think back in like October or November. I don't even remember. I know it was one of those. I put it on hold because it was very popular at the time and I knew I wasn't going to be able to read it, and I didn't buy it because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it because of kind of like what I was like hearing about it. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not. I did the same thing with Icebreaker and Wildfire, like those types of books, because one time TikTok, they're like, you gotta get this book. I think it was like something about chemistry. It was an Allie Hazelwood book, and so I bought it because I thought it was gonna be great, and I was hearing all this good stuff about it, so I bought it and I hated it. So now if I'm not sure about some books, I just put them on hold on Libby and I wait for them to come in on there. But yeah, so Legends and Lattes is basically about, so it's about an orc, I guess. So she just finished like a big long battle with her party. So it's kind of like a D&D type book, Dungeons and Dragons, if you guys know what that is. It's kind of like a role-playing game. So it's kind of based on like races and stuff in that. Anyway, so she gets inspired on like her adventure in one of the cities that she's visiting. She discovers coffee for the first time. And me being a barista, a couple of my past jobs, I was like, all right, I'm in, you know, because I love coffee and I love being a barista, so I thought I'd really enjoy this. So she discovers coffee and she's like, you know what, after my adventure, I'm going to start my own coffee shop, I'm going to start my own business, and so she does, but there is a little, like, kick, I guess. She's thinking that, like, this stone is gonna, like, bring her all this, like, good fortune and everything, and for a while it was seeming like that was the case, and then a little while later, like someone from her party that like they didn't really get along, he tries to sabotage her a little bit, and she just like she bounces back from it with her like coworker and friend, and it's just a really cute story. It was really cute. I started reading this when I started my new job, so I was just like exhausted all the time trying to read this. So it's not that it was boring, it was just like, what's the word? Like, it's supposed to be like a cozy read. Here comes my dog. Good boy. It's supposed to be kind of like a cozy read, and so it was kind of more of like, there's no action, there's no like fighting or anything. It's just building the coffee shop and what she needs to do next to make it better, and, you know, oh, we need a cook now, oh, we need, you know, ice drinks, and, you know, it's just like discovering what like you need to make a coffee shop functional, and it was really interesting. There's like some fun parts, but yeah, I think in the end I did enjoy it for the most part. I just wish I didn't start it when I started this new job, because I was just like so tired all the time. Yeah, I think it was good. If you are into like a cozy reads, like nothing really like happens, I guess, I would suggest this one. But yeah, the second book I want to mention is A Court This Cruel and Lovely. So this one follows a girl named Priska, and she has like powers, right? But like everyone has powers, but not as much, or like not like this type of power. So basically this village has like, I'm gonna call it like a sacrifice day. It's called God's Day, I think. So everyone who is like of age, so of age is like 25. Everyone who is 25, they come to the city square or whatever, and they ask the gods for like their power back, and they get their power taken away when they're like they call it 3 winters, but it's like 3 years. They get their power like mostly taken away when they're like 3 years old, and then when they're 25, they are like given the chance to get it back. But that was not the case for Priska. Her power was never taken. thinks that like the gods didn't want it or whatever, but that can never like be known to like the king or like the guards or anything. So she gets found out, and she basically like, she leaves the city, and she bumps into, his name is Lorien, and he's basically, they call them mercenaries, I don't know. They're like traveling, like, kind of like D&D. They're like, honey. They're a traveling party. They're like going and doing their own like adventure or whatever for like their own personal gain, you know. So she stumbles upon them, and she kind of like joins them for a while because they discover like what her power is. So her power is she can control time. So she can like pause time for a certain amount of, you know, like for so long. And they try to use that to their advantage. So they try to sneak into the palace, and she freezes time so none of the guards like see them come in, and it's all, you know, good until she meets back up with her brother, who she thought was dead until now. And he's like, we gotta join the rebels and stuff. We have a really good cause or whatever. And so she like joins him, and they kind of like disguise her because she is currently like on the run from her like town, you know? So they disguise her to like be completely different. So she has blonde hair, so they change it to like a darker color, and they never really specify what color her eyes are. They just say it's like weird or like unique or whatever. So they gave her this charm to make him like darker so she wouldn't be found out. But then later on she meets this like seamstress or whatever, and she kind of like remembers Priska, but like remembers her in like with a different name and a different city and a different everything. So it turns out that Priska is the like long lost like hybrid like queen, I guess. She's like the heir to the throne. And she's like, what are you talking about? The hybrid kingdom is like no more or whatever. And they're like, no, like you are the heir to the throne. And so she basically, it kind of ends around there, and they find out that like Lorien is actually Fae, and he actually needed Priska to like find this like amulet or whatever so he could have his powers back, and it's a whole thing, and he didn't tell her ahead of time, so they have like an argument, you know. But this book actually has like 3 or 4 more after it, and I did not know that when I started it. So I did already get this second one on Kindle Unlimited. I think I forgot to mention that earlier. I read this one on Kindle Unlimited. But all in all, I think it was a really good book. I did really enjoy it for the most part. I enjoyed learning about the different world building and all that stuff. It was really cool to like see her powers like develop, I guess, throughout the story, and how she thinks, and how like she's like, oh, I have to get all these prisoners out, and there's 300 of them. What are we gonna do? Oh, I came up with a plan, like just like that. You know, so I would recommend it. I think it's Kindle Unlimited only. I'm not sure if it's in stores, but I read this on Kindle Unlimited. It was suggested to me for Kindle Unlimited, so unfortunately I think that's the only like way you could read it. But it was really good. It was another fantasy one, so I did really enjoy that one too. That'll bring us to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. And if you have read any of these books, please also let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.